Pokemon is a game about catching creatures with supernatural abilities that have powers beyond our comprehension. As trainers, we prep, study, and grind to catch the perfect nature and IV meta Pokemon. Yet, when we journey to the great outdoors, also known as the club, we fail to catch the digits of the opposite gender. You see, this is due to a misunderstanding that these things are somehow separate. In reality, catching Pokemon is the same thing as catching a girlfriend, but not like literally kidnapping them. So let me paint the scenario. In this situation, you're both the trainer and Pokemon, like the Pokemon are your physical but also your personality traits. Don't think about the metaphor too much because it does break down. But the girl of your dreams is the perfectly statted alpha raid Pokemon that you need to catch to beat the former world champion Wolfie. But this time, he's in his true form. So we're gonna need some prep time. First off, you have to figure out what type of girlfriend you want. You see, while there isn't a datasheet we can easily reference, everyone has a type. One of the first signs of this will be the way they dress, their build, and the accessories they wear. You as the trainer need to figure out what raises your Metapod's defense the most. Some of you might like a fairy normal type, and some of you might like a dark and steel type. At the end of the day, I ain't here to judge, but figuring out what typing we're after will guide us on how we will build our team. Now, if you browse r/Stunfisk, you might think to yourself, well, if I like a flying type girl, I'm just gonna run a full rock team. I mean, I have 2x attack, and their attacks are gonna be 2x weak to me. Wrong! What if as soon as you encounter this girl, your Diamond Storm Riz one-shots her, never for her to talk to you again? Not only that, but just because she's a flying type doesn't mean she can't run super effective moves against you. And if you're not careful, she might end up Swords Dance sweeping you. And this isn't even considering Mega Evolutions and Terra types. So we gotta make our team, the items, and movesets perfectly in line with what we want. Let's start off with typing. See, if you want a girl that's a fairy type, you can't be hitting them with that dragon type Riz, cause it doesn't work on them. But neither can you hit them with that toxic Riz either. We don't want to one-shot them. We want to strike a balance here. Surprisingly, whatever type girlfriend you want at least one Pokemon of the same type. In physics, we learned that opposites attract. However, in real life, it's the similarities that hold you together. So, for whatever type of girl you want, you're gonna need at least one Mon of the same type. While not 100% necessary, it highly increases the chance of encounter. Additionally, most Mons of the same type can be in front of each other for long periods of time due to the resistance they have before one faints. This can lead to more opportunities for you to throw your Pokeballs. Since your first Mon is the same type as the girl, next we need some diversity. Since you don't know what abilities or moveset your dream girl has, we want a few different Mons with types that can resist. For a fairy type girl, we'll put a few super effective types like steel and poison, then you can pick what you want to round yourself out with, just make sure you cover your weaknesses. For this example, let's go with flying, ghost, and electric. This diversity will allow us to deal with things like Mega Evolutions and Terra types, additionally giving us some safety in situations where it might end up being a double battle. Items are probably one of the most important attributes that most trainers aren't running. They pull up with no amulet coin, no black glasses, no choice scarf. The girl is gonna think you're a bum type Pokemon. All weakness, no resistance. So you gotta get items that complement you or items that give you a better matchup. Even many experienced trainers don't realize how quickly a matchup can be flipped if you just rock the correct item. Many people run basic items with no personality. They got a dragon type with Dragon Claw. That's boring. You gotta experiment and run something fun, like Silver Powder. Now for base stats, IVs, and nature. Most of you will be stuck with what you got. Not all of us can be blessed with perfect nature 31 IV, and that's okay. This is where you're gonna have to take a close look at your base stats and IV spread to figure out what EVs you want to train. If you got a low speed stat, maybe it's time to invest in some bulk or learn Trick Room. If you were lucky enough to be an attacker with high speed, just play into your strengths and put all your EVs into what you're already good at. Next, we gotta talk about Pokeballs. These are the places you meet the girl and the dates you take them on. Look, not everybody is born with an easy Master Ball. I would love to take you to a courtside NBA game, then have dinner at a Michelin star restaurant, and finally, a late night cruise in my $1 million yacht. But I took the dinner with LeBron over the 50 mil. So we're gonna have to do with just regular balls. Every girl is gonna like a different type of ball, so it's gotta be your call. But let's say you wanna get a water type girl. Don't be using regular ultra balls. Most of the time, you're gonna be meeting her on the beach anyways. Use a net ball or a dive ball. You gotta use the right ball for the scenario and the girl. I know a bunch of guys on trend that only use heavy balls, and with great success. Lastly, we got our moveset and abilities. Your moveset and abilities is simply your conversational skills and personality. I've left this one for last because even if you get everything else correct, if you get this wrong, it's Jover. The only situation where this doesn't apply is if your base stats are so incredibly high that the movesets become irrelevant.
Hi, handsome.
Hello, beautiful.
Hi. Why are you so handsome?
Why are you so beautiful?
I'm not. Oh my god, stop.
I almost hung up. You stop saying that. You're beautiful.
Since 99% of you guys don't have legendary base stats, we want moves that play into our unique stats and abilities. If you think you're a funny guy, lean into it with moves like Quash, Tickle, Trick Room, and Taunt. If you think you can pull off that Duke Dennis Riz, run a set with something like First Impression, Swagger, Follow Me, and Thunderclap. Just make sure you're not running a socially reprimandable set. Now, let's say you got it all locked in. Your typing, items, moveset, abilities, and EVs are a perfect pick. Only to figure out that she already got caught by some other trainer. Turns out this is a bit more like shiny hunting, so get ready to play the numbers game, buddy.